first amendment that was on the table, I think is superseded by the amendment, is that correct?
The motion, that's what you vote on?
Now you gotta go to the motion.
Would you still vote, I thought it was superseded by it. The original motion then was to pay up to $2,500 for the funding request for the Baxter Groundbreaking ceremony. Is there any further discussion on that?
I'd like to make an amendment that we request the Economic Development Authority to take the $2,500 from their budget to reimburse the county commission for the expenditure.
So it would be.
But be clear, the Economic Development Authority is going to write the check, and we're supposed to reimburse them. Make sure we have the chain. We are not writing a check to the Joint Development Authority. We will be writing, or to the 4 county. We will be reimbursing Economic Development. Economic Development.
That's interesting.
I withdraw my motion.
I just want to be clear, because when you start.
I don't believe anybody realized that, did they?
No.
I didn't know that until today.
It's the first time I heard that.
This is another instance of somebody else doing all kinds of things and doing all kinds of things that we don't know about, and then coming to us and wanting us to do something that we don't know anything about.
Well, the reason it's working this way is because they're getting funding from several sources and pooling the money, so they'll write one check.
Again, they're at the meetings, they get the emails, they get the letters that they won't release and only give us part of them, and we're the Board of Commissioners and know nothing. I have a real problem with that.
Okay, what is the board's pleasure?
Have a motion
Well,
on the
Jack
table.
withdrew his motion,
You
right?
withdrew the motion, there is no motion on the table.
No, did
The
you?
original motion's still on the table.
Original motion's on the table. I'd like to have more discussion on the original motion.
Okay.
I agree with Commissioner Patrick that we haven't had full information on this, and that we should have had full information on this. The Economic Development Authority was going to be writing the check to do this, and it wasn't. Our impression originally was that we weren't going to be able to participate. But what I'm getting now is we're going to be able to participate. It's just a question of who gets reimbursed. This has not been handled well by Economic Development Authority. And it's not worth embarrassing this county to vote against doing this, because it will embarrass the county. And we don't need to have this county embarrassed. We get embarrassed enough by some of the actions of some of the citizens of these idiotic letters that are put into the paper. They embarrass this county on a continuing basis. And we don't need this to embarrass the county as well. So I'll vote to give them the money. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we're being nickel and dime to death on this Baxter deal, and I hope it does not continue.
Mr. Chairman, I think too that maybe based on this, we need to make sure that the Development Authority keeps us informed and gives us copies of letters and everything else. I mean, we're meeting with Baxter officials. This isn't a secret anymore. Baxter is coming. This isn't a secret. And it's not some deep, dark something that is supposed to be hidden out of view, and I resent that. And we need to have copies of the correspondence. Especially, I want to know who wrote the letter that we're supposed to do this to, quote, show our appreciation.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we have appointees. We have a commissioner on the 4 County Development Authority. We had our county manager on the Local Development Authority. And I think it would be proper that we ask both those 2 authorities that they bring us back and present to the board any correspondence concerning Jasper County involvement with the Baxter and any other business.
Just for the board's clarification, I attend those meetings. I'm kind of an ex officio, but if they go to an executive session or anything like that, I get kicked out. some of the information as well, so
Any public information. And if they go into executive session, then, of course, now with the new law on the books, they're supposed to record their minutes.
And I agree with Commissioner Pingle, we need to request, if we have to make an open records request to them, then we should have a request into them and ask them for all the correspondence. And since the executive director released part of the correspondence, he should release all of it. And I would think that would be open records requirement.
Mr. Chairman, I call for the vote.
Okay, we have call for question on the vote. All those in favor?